Andrew Benjamin Benji Veniamin, born on November 16, 1975 in Melbourne, Victoria, was a notorious figure in the Australian criminal underworld. Benji was born to Greek Cypriot immigrant parents and grew up in the suburb of Sunshine in western Melbourne. As a child and into his early teens, he served as an altar boy at St. Andrew's Greek Orthodox Church in nearby Sunshine West, the same church where his funeral would later be held. Benji Veniamin first gained recognition as an amateur boxer, even making it onto the state team. His talent in the ring caught the attention of Bo Garing, a legendary Olympic boxing coach who affectionately called him a whippersnapper. However, Benji's boxing career was overshadowed by his involvement in criminal activities, something Coach Garing only discovered when the police showed up at the gym. The police were after Benji for a serious crime he committed in 1993 when he was just 17 years old. Along with a couple of friends, Benji carried out an armed robbery, targeting a cigarette delivery truck in West Sunshine. They ambushed the truck, handcuffed the salesman, covered his eyes with black tape, and threw him into the back of a van. Before driving off to a more secluded spot, they transferred cigarettes worth over $28,000 into another vehicle. The salesman was lucky to escape when the van, parked under the hot sun, became unbearably hot, allowing him to scramble free. Benji was arrested shortly after the heist. He admitted to his role in the crime but refused to betray his accomplices, one of whom was rumored to be his close friend, Dino Debra. Dino, known for his aggressive behavior, was Benji's best mate, and the two shared a deep involvement in crime. After his conviction, police found the stash of stolen cigarettes hidden under Benji's bed, leading to a 3-year sentence at the Tan Detention Center for young offenders. During a brief home leave from detention, Benji and Debra decided to seek revenge on the police. Knowing that he was already serving the maximum sentence for a juvenile, Benji was aware that any additional crimes committed during his leave wouldn't extend his jail time. During a period of home leave, Benji Veniamin and his friend Dino Debra decided to target an off-duty police officer by stealing his private vehicle. They drove the car out of the city and set it on fire. While searching through the glove box, they found a diary containing the contact details of officers from the Sunshine Criminal Investigation Branch. In a fit of anger, Benji impulsively called one of the officers who had charged him in the cigarette robbery case and hurled verbal abuse at him. Unfortunately for Benji, the officer immediately recognized his voice, leading to a swift police response to track him down. 2 years later, at the age of 21, Benji was released from detention and quickly became involved with a local gang known as the Sunshine Crew. This gang was notorious throughout Melbourne's western suburbs in the 1990s for their violent and ruthless behavior. Starting as schoolyard petty thieves, the gang soon escalated their activities to include drug dealing, shootings, kidnappings, and extortion, constantly seeking quick ways to make money. Benji became heavily involved in these illegal activities, making serious money by stealing cars and dealing in marijuana, ecstasy, steroids, and speed. In addition to drug dealing, Benji was also involved in car rebirthing, a process where stolen cars are given new identities. He had learned the ins and outs of this operation from Dino Debra, and together they had been involved in the scheme since they were 15 years old. They delivered stolen cars to rebirthing garages, often working with tow truck drivers to facilitate the process. The local police in Sunshine were well aware of Benji's activities, and whenever a car went missing in the area, he was usually one of the first suspects they considered. In 1996, when Benji's boxing career stalled, he turned to kickboxing, which became a new passion and a perfect outlet for his aggression. Kickboxing commentator Stephen Mill noted that Benji was known for his fierce demeanor and relentless fighting style. However, in 1997, after losing a match to Ben Serrano, Benji decided to end his kickboxing career. As the criminal world around him continued to evolve, Benji expanded his operations beyond Sunshine and established connections with major figures in Melbourne's underworld. He heavily tattooed himself with designs that were both noticeable and intimidating. His criminal career took a significant turn when he formed a close bond with Carl Williams, an influential drug dealer. Benji respected Carl as a mentor, especially since Carl was making millions from dealing ecstasy and speed. Their involvement in the drug trade led to escalating tensions with the Carlton crew. Realizing that his criminal reputation needed more than just auto thefts and drug deals, Benji decided to become a hitman. His lawyer recalled a chilling conversation where Benji mentioned his new job involved wearing gloves, hinting at his criminal activities. In 1999, a tragic event occurred when 57-year-old Joseph Quadara was killed in a car park just before starting his shift at a Safeway supermarket. The police believed this murder was a case of mistaken identity related to another man with the same name who had Underworld connections. Although Benji was speculated to have been hired for this hit, he was never officially charged. In May 2000, Frank Benvenuto, a major figure in Melbourne's Underworld, was found dead in his car. Initially, it seemed like he was asleep, but it was later discovered that he had been killed. Benji was named as a prime suspect in this case, but he was never charged. Benji was also suspected in the murder of his best friend, Dino Debra, who was executed outside his home on October 14, 2000. The police believed it might have been payback among the Sunshine crew, and Benji and Paul Kallipolitis were named as suspects, but no charges were laid. 2 years later, Paul Kallipolitis was also executed, with suspicions pointing to Benji. His close relationship with Kallipolitis, known for aggressive debt collection, led to beliefs that Benji might have been involved in the killing. However, Benji was never charged for this murder either. In May 2002, Melbourne's drug trade was embroiled in a violent power struggle between Carl Williams and the Carlton crew. Victor Pierce was killed in his car near upscale bars and cafes on Bay Street, Port Melbourne. Benji was later named as the shooter in court, with allegations that he had to eliminate Pierce to protect himself. Despite these accusations, the police lacked sufficient evidence to charge Benji, leading them to bug his phone and put him under constant surveillance. By December 2002, Benji had shifted his allegiance to Carl Williams, unofficially becoming his bodyguard. On April 15, 2003, Nick Radev, known as the Russian, was executed as he stepped out of his car. Radev had been involved in a dispute with Carl Williams over drug quality and was ambushed and shot by 2 guns. The police suspected that Carl Williams ordered the hit, with Benji and another hitman, known as the Runner, allegedly carrying it out. However, the case remains unsolved, with speculation that Radev might have been involved in Dino Debra's murder, making his execution a potential act of revenge. In the aftermath of Radev's murder, the Piranha Task Force was created to address the growing gang violence. During this time, Carl Williams allegedly planned a $50,000 hit on Mark Malia, blaming him for Radev's execution. At a meeting at Crown Casino, Malia confronted Williams with rumors about his and Benji's involvement in Radev's death. Williams denied it and offered to help Malia seek revenge, but it was later revealed that Malia planned to hit Benji and possibly Williams. This led to Malia being lured to a garage in North Melbourne in August 2003, where he was killed and found in a wheelie bin. Benji was reportedly involved in this brutal act, though he was never officially charged. By the end of 2003, Benji had become a notorious figure, but also a source of concern due to the attention he attracted. Efforts to broker peace between the Carlton crew and Carl Williams failed, leaving Benji in a precarious position, playing both sides and making his loyalties unclear. Meanwhile, Carl Williams was sentenced to 3 life terms with a minimum non-parole period of 35 years. This marked a significant development in the city's ongoing gang conflicts. On March 23, 2004, Benji Veniamin went to meet Dominic Gatto at the La Porcella restaurant in Carlton. They began their discussion in the main dining area but soon moved to a private space at the back of the restaurant. Their meeting escalated into a heated argument and a violent struggle, which ended with gunshots. According to Gatto, during the confrontation, Benji lost his temper and drew a weapon. In self-defense, Gatto managed to turn the gun on Benji and fired. Benji, aged 28, was fatally wounded in this encounter. His funeral was held at the Greek Orthodox Church in Sunshine West. the same church where he had served as an altar boy. Gatto was charged with his murder but acquitted on self-defense grounds. Andrew Veniamin's death closed a tumultuous chapter in Melbourne's criminal history. His life, marked by a rapid rise in the underworld and a violent end, underscored the brutal reality of gang conflicts. As law enforcement continued to grapple with the city's crime wave, Veniamin's story remains a stark reminder of the perilous intersection between crime and personal ambition.